Hola, nuevos amigos. Soy señorita García. ¿Cómo están hoy? ¿Están muy bien? Me alegro. I'm also doing great. In this lesson of Nuevos Amigos, we'll be learning and observing the many different types of insects that you would find in a rainforest. Do you remember that the rainforest, el bosque tropical, has 4 layers? Let's review the layers. The first layer is la capa emergente. The second layer is el dosel. The third is el piso bajo. And the fourth layer is el suelo del bosque. Today, we'll study different types of insects that you would find in the rainforests and also take a look at the habitat, el hábitat. We'll also learn about the country of El Salvador. Let's go to Juanita with a question of the day.
Hola, nuevos amigos. Since we are studying different types of insects in the rainforest, I thought this would be a good question for you. Can you name the different parts of a wasp? I'll give you a hint. There are 7 different parts. Buena suerte. Good luck.
Well, nuevos amigos, do you know the answer? Pay close attention because I'm sure we'll learn the answer in this lesson of Nuevos Amigos. Let's take a moment to listen to this song about the flea. It's a song about a person who was bitten by a flea climbing a mountain. Then the flea escaped. Let's see if you can recognize any of the words in the song. Pulga. Al subir a una montaña, una pulga me picó. La agarré de las orejas y se me escapó. What words did you recognize? La pulga? La pulga is a flea. Say it with me. La pulga. ¿Cómo es? What's it like? That's right, nuevos amigos. It is small. Es pequeña. Pequeña means small. Repeat after me. Pequeña. One more time. Una vez más. Pequeña. Muy bien. Excelente trabajo, nuevos amigos.
Once again, I bring you the verb of the day. The verb for today is observar. To observe. Say it with me. Observar. Let's use observar in a sentence. Voy a observar los insectos del bosque tropical. I'm going to observe the insects of the tropical rainforest. Let's say it together. Voy a observar los insectos del bosque tropical. Fantástico, nuevos amigos. Before we move on, let's sing our theme song and use our verb for the day, observar.
Voy a observar los insectos del bosque tropical y así aprendo más y más y más y más. ¡Ulala, ulala! Y así aprendo más. Voy a observar los insectos del bosque tropical y así aprendo más y más y más y más. ¡Ulala, ulala! Y así aprendo más. ¡Qué increíble! Look at this, nuevos amigos. An insect. Insect in Spanish is el insecto. Say it with me. El insecto. Muy bien. Do you know what type of insect this is? It's a ladybug. A ladybug is a type of beetle. And beetle in Spanish is el escarabajo. Say it with me. El escarabajo. Una vez más. El escarabajo. Excelente. There are about 5 million different kinds of insects in the world. Insects have no skeleton inside them. Their skin is their skeleton. The skin is tough and protects and supports the body like a suit of armor. The inside of an insect contains organs that are similar to ours. The heart is a long, thin tube and pumps the blood around the body. Air sacs bring air to the body and food is digested in the gut. All this is controlled by the brain and nerves. Some of the largest insects live in tropical rainforests where the warm temperatures and abundance of food allow them to grow quickly. But insects cannot grow very large since their simple breathing system cannot cope with a large body. Also, big insects would be easy prey for birds and mammals. The rainforest is home to many different types of insects. Do you know that the oldest rainforest insect is the cockroach? It dates back to the age of the dinosaurs. Cockroach in Spanish is la cucaracha. Say it with me. La cucaracha. Muy bien. Wow, isn't that interesting? Let's take a look at our first fun fact.
Fact: scorpions catch prey with their claws and use their poisonous sting in self-defense and mating. Hecho, escorpiones atrapan a su víctima con sus pinzas y usan sus aguijones venenosos en defensa propia y para aparear.
Let's take a look at the parts of a wasp. Wasp in Spanish is avispa. Avispa. Say it with me. Avispa. Muy bien. La cabeza. La cabeza is the head. Say it with me. La cabeza. El abdomen. Say it with me. El abdomen. El abdomen is the abdomen. El tórax. Say it with me. El tórax. Again, una vez más. El tórax is the thorax. La mandíbula, say it with me, la mandíbula. Una vez más, la mandíbula is the jaw. La pata, say it with me, la pata. La pata is the leg. La antena, say it with me, la antena. La antena is the antenna. The last part of the wasp is the wing. La ala. Say it with me. La ala. La ala is the wing. Let's say all the parts together now. La cabeza. La cabeza. El abdomen. El abdomen. El tórax. El tórax. La mandíbula. La mandíbula. La pata. La pata. La antena. La antena. Y la ala. La ala. Muy bien, nuevos amigos.
Fact: pitcher plants trap and eat insects, otherwise they would not survive in poor soil. Plantas de pitcher atrapan y comen insectos sin los cuales no pudieran sobrevivir en la pobre tierra.
Some rainforest insects imitate parts of plants to help them survive. A praying mantis is an example of this type of insect. Praying mantis in Spanish is el mantis religiosa. It's pretty long. Let's say it together. El mantis religiosa. Religiosa. Muy bien. Take a look at this picture. Do you see the praying mantis? El mantis religiosa? I do. Here it is. Wow. Isn't that butterfly beautiful? Well-camouflaged caterpillars turn into 12-inch moths or beautiful butterflies with special senses in their legs for finding food. Let's look at the life cycle of a butterfly. The butterfly in Spanish is la mariposa. Say it with me, la mariposa. Muy bien. The life cycle of a butterfly in Spanish is el ciclo de la mariposa. One more time, una vez más. El ciclo de la mariposa, de la mariposa. After carefully choosing a plant and then a leaf, the female can lay up to 300 eggs. The egg in Spanish is el huevillo. Say that with me, el huevillo. When it hatches, the larva of the caterpillar breaks out of its egg using its jaws. Usually, the larva's first meal is its own eggshell. Caterpillar in Spanish is la oruga. La oruga. Repeat after me. La oruga. Soon the caterpillar stops eating and becomes perfectly still. The molting is about to begin. Then the caterpillar, la oruga, hangs without moving while its skin begins to open. Underneath, a very soft, newly formed chrysalis, which is exposed to the air, causes it to harden. This is also known as the cocoon. Cocoon in Spanish is el capullo. Say it with me, el capullo. Muy bien. On the inside, the caterpillar, la oruga, is transforming itself into a butterfly. The insect, ready to leave, cracks open the chrysalis and slips out. And there you have it, a beautiful butterfly, una mariposa bella. That was really interesting. Let's watch this short video on the butterfly.
Fact. Sunflowers rely on a particular type of insect to spread their pollen. Hecho, unas flores cuentan con un tipo de insecto para repartir su polen.
Insects are cold-blooded. Before a big bug can take off and fly, it may have to raise its temperature so that the flight muscles inside the thorax can work properly. To do this, it shivers just like you do on a cold day. Did you know that insects were the first animals to fly millions of years ago, before birds and bats? Huge dragonflies flew 300 million years ago, long before the time of the dinosaurs. Dragonfly in Spanish is la libélula. Repite conmigo, la libélula. Muy bien. They measured about 3 feet across with their wings spread out. Wasps are the ultimate insects. Do you remember what a wasp is in Spanish? Wasp in Spanish is la avispa. Repite conmigo, la avispa. Excelente. They fly fast. They have good eyesight, which helps them catch and eat other insects. And they build complicated nests, which they defend with their powerful stingers. Most insects live less than a year, but certain types of flies live for only a few hours.
Señorita Garcia has taught us so much about the different insects. Let's listen to what our special guest, Señora Elia, has to say about the insects in the rainforest.
Hola, Nuevos Amigos. My name is Gail Elia, and I'm the entomologist at Texas Discovery Gardens in Fair Park. I brought with me today some butterflies from the rainforest of Central and South America, and I'd like to share them with you now. First, I have a clear-winged butterfly. The clear-winged butterfly comes with scales but sheds them shortly after emerging from the chrysalis. It hides from predators by disappearing onto the bark of the tree it's landed upon. It feeds on nectars and flies slowly around the forest. The next butterfly is the brilliant blue morpho. It flaps slowly along the dappled sunlight, looking for rotting fruit. It doesn't feed on nectar. It flies among the trees and sips on the rotting fruit juices of the fruit fallen from the trees. It avoids predators when it shuts its wings, and the underside looks like the bark of a tree. The morpho butterfly can live for up to 2 months. A third butterfly I'm showing you is a long-winged butterfly. They come in many colors. The long-winged butterfly can live for up to 3 months because it feeds not only on nectar but on plant pollen as well. This butterfly is very important in pollination. For visiting flower to flower to collect pollen, it also carries pollen on its body, and in visiting different flowers, transfer the pollen, which is the important role it plays in pollination. So the long-winged butterflies, beautiful as they are, play an important role in pollination as well. By feeding on pollen and transferring pollen with their bodies, they play an important role in maintaining the rainforest habitat.
Muchas gracias, Señora Elia. That was important information. It's time for our Nuestra Cultura segment. Before we learn about the country of El Salvador, let's go ahead and sing our rap song about the Central American countries.
Centroamérica. Panamá, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala, Costa Rica. Centroamérica. Panamá, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala, Costa Rica. Centroamérica.
The country we're going to be studying today is El Salvador. In Spanish, it is spelled the same way, but pronounced El Salvador. Say it with me, Nuevos Amigos. El Salvador. Muy bien. El Salvador faces the Pacific Ocean. Its northern and eastern borders touch the Republic of Honduras, and it borders Guatemala on the west. The name of El Salvador means the Savior. The capital is San Salvador. It is the country's largest city. The unit of currency in El Salvador is the colón. What famous explorer was the colón named after? The colón is named after Christopher Columbus in Spanish, and that is Cristóbal Colón. The figure on the 5 colón note is Christopher Columbus. Also the 3 ships of La Niña, La Pinta, y La Santa Maria, in which Columbus sailed to America for the first time in 1492, are found on the 5 colón. 100 centavos equals to 1 colón. In January of 2001, El Salvador began using the U.S. dollar as well as the colón. The flag of El Salvador has an emblem that is surrounded by the national flags of the members of the United Provinces of Central America. A triangle represents equality. The motto of Central America is Dios, Unión y Libertad, meaning God, union, and liberty. Spanish is the official language, and there are also European immigrants from France, Italy, and Germany. Most Salvadorians are mestizos, except for the tiny group of people directly descended from European families. The word Ladino is widely used to describe a person that is European, mestizo or Indian, who has adopted Spanish-American culture and speaks Spanish. ¡Qué increíble! Nuevos Amigos, did you know that El Salvador is the smallest and most densely populated country in Latin America? That's right. It is slightly smaller than Massachusetts. A bus journey across the country takes only a few hours. El Salvador has a range of 20 volcanic mountains. The country has more than 300 rivers, but their courses are short. El Salvador's climate is tropical. Rain is heavy from May to October, and it averages to almost 71 inches or 180 centimeters. El Salvador has fewer animals than other Central American countries. In El Salvador, people have cleared forests for farming. Many animals once lived in these forests. Today, jaguars, crested eagles, armadillos, marine turtles, and quetzales are rare. These animals are in danger of dying out. People have built parks and reserves to protect the animals. Coyotes, pumas, monkeys, and deer roam the countryside. Iguanas and boa constrictors are also common. More than 400 types of birds live in El Salvador. Colorful parrots and toucans live in trees. Wild ducks and herons feed in the waters. Rainfall in Monte Cristo National Park reaches about 79 inches or 200 centimeters a year. Trees in the rainforest are covered with epiphytes or air plants. These consist of bromeliads, orchids, mosses, and lichen that thrive in the rainforest. Remember, when you take care of your world, you also take care of yourself. Let's save the rainforest.
The question of the day was, can you name the different parts of the wasp? The answer was easy. It's 1, la cabeza, 2, la mandíbula, 3, la antena, 4, el tórax, 5, la pata, 6, la ala, and 7, el abdomen. Did you guess correctly, Nuevos Amigos? Great job!
Fabuloso! Okay, Nuevos Amigos, it's journal time. Let's take out your Spanish journals and write the words we've learned today. El mantis religiosa. El mantis religiosa. La mariposa. La mariposa. El escarabajo. El escarabajo. La libélula. La libélula. La pulga. La pulga. La cucaracha. La cucaracha. La avispa. La avispa. La cabeza. La cabeza. El tórax. El tórax. El abdomen. El abdomen. La mandíbula, la mandíbula. La pata, la pata. La antena, la antena. El huevillo, el huevillo. La oruga, la oruga. La crisálida, la crisálida. Thank you for writing in your Spanish journal. Gracias, nuevos amigos. You've done a great job today. Han hecho un trabajo fantástico. Keep your Spanish journal at your side for each lesson of Nuevos Amigos. Be sure to put these words on your Spanish word wall in your classroom. Let's review what we've learned today. The verb for the day was observar, and the sentence using the verb was voy a observar los insectos del bosque tropical. We also learned the different parts of the wasp: la cabeza, la mandíbula, la antena, el tórax, la pata, la ala, y el abdomen. The life cycle of a butterfly was very interesting. The cycle consisted of el huevillo, la oruga, la crisálida, y la mariposa. Some of the insect names we learned were el mantis religiosa, el escarabajo, la libélula, la pulga, la cucaracha, y la avispa. You've done a wonderful job, Nuevos Amigos. I hope you have learned a lot of information on the many different types of insects of the rainforest. Remember, Nuevos Amigos, if you find any new interesting information on insects or the rainforest, I'd like to hear from you. Have your teacher email me. Mándame un correo electrónico. The address is nuevosamigos@dallasisd.org. Remember, when you learn to speak another language, you also make new friends. Acuérdense, cuando aprendemos más de un idioma, podemos hacer nuevos amigos. ¡Adiós!